Hello and welcome to the University of Hertfordshire at the School of Creative Arts. I'm Antje Illner and I'm the program leader for the BA Honours Design Crafts courses in Textiles, Jewellery and Ceramics and Glass. Study full-time over 3 years and part-time over 6 years. On the right-hand side you see the module structure for a part-time course. 96% of students will be in jobs after 6 months. You also wonder what type of employment is possible after graduation. Many of our students do go on to study on an MA. They do study and become teachers on all different type of levels, but they also go on and become designers in their own rights. They become curators, they run workshops, and I will show you now through many more slides to come how we do this. An expert teaching team. The main ceramic tutor is London Pike. Our glass tutor is Karen Murphy. We have several textile tutors, Anja von Kalinowski-Meager, Lisa Hill and Lauren Barfoot. They all work in their different specialisms. And in jewellery, you got myself and Katharina Detter. We also have a huge program of visiting artists, and I'm naming here several which we had this academic year. We had the goldsmith Patrick Davidson, we had the silversmith Peter Massen, we got the ceramicist Teresa Eastman, Paul Ramsbottom and Enrique Perez-Alba, and the artist Nicole Polonsky, the textile designer Lauren Barfoot and the textile artist Anna-Lee Levin. Here is a picture of our graduate Harriet Riddle. She comes regularly into the university and gives talks to the students. With jewellery, and I will show you now slides from the making to the final of the degree show. Here you can see some of first year student works. Here we are in the workshop making a bangle. So students gather around the tutor and you will follow demonstrations in making. Now you can see the making of a ring. So every individual step of the making process is demonstrated. The following you can see some finalized objects for the first year workshop activities. You will participate on a weekly rotational basis in jewellery workshops, in ceramic workshops and textile workshops. This makes our program quite unique in that you have to participate regardless of what subject you chose to study in later. You will have to participate in all the different workshop activities. Here you see the graduating work of a student where she used different materials like jasminate to cast her pieces. We are not only working with metal, but also work with enamel and casting and also plastics, sometimes clay, sometimes incorporating glass into all the jewels which are produced for degree shows. I follow on where you can see cast concrete and cast resin, emphasizing the concept of weighing down. On the right hand side you see an innovative approach of using clay bodies which have been mixed with rusted iron and then cast in the kiln to create these metal pieces. Now we move on. In textiles, like in the other disciplines, you are taught many skills and processes. To begin with, you will have tutors who are knowledgeable in the discipline of print, digital print, or in embroidery and all related products. With the first year, where, for instance, in this case, it's just a bag design project. A lot of the inspiration is drawn from developing skills in drawing and sketching ideas. Here you can see on the left-hand side our amazing textile workshop and how students use material samples to inspire new designs. On the right-hand side you see Lisa Hill, the tutor, demonstrating on the embellishing machine. Here you can see a student working on her digital print, which she designed in Photoshop and then printed out on the digital printer which we have. Then you can see she is also using a digital sewing machine, which helps to use digital technology within more hands-on processes like textiles design. On the right-hand side you can see that even large-scale work can be produced, and students like to discuss amongst themselves how to best to proceed with designs. And the next processes of layering and hand embroidery. And here's the final degree show of a student using recycled materials, which is very current. So we do encourage recent events to be part of the designs, and also processes and techniques which are developed in the second year and then refined in the third year. Another degree show, you can see the heavily embroidered bags, and on the right hand side the student is working for hospitals to cheer up the patients in the waiting room area. As you can see in these slides, the notion of well-being is very important to our students, and the student designed on the left-hand side a screen for an office where you can immerse different types of herbs into the screen and you can feel much better for it. On the right-hand side, the student looked at the political conflict in Africa and demonstrated through her stitching these. This body of work was purchased by the university and is displayed within the galleries. Now we're going over to ceramics and glass. Here you can see the Tutor London pack introducing simple first-year techniques in ceramics to the students. Again, every aspect is demonstrated and then students follow and do it themselves. Also, accidents do happen when you make, and it's also part of the learning curve. Here you can see someone working on the wheel. Students in ceramics learn how to hand build, slab build and extrude clay. They learn how to make their own glazes, how to apply glazes through spraying or dipping. They learn about so many different techniques, and this is gradually building on prior knowledge. Students also learn how to load kilns and how to set the regulators for the kilns. Here you can see the technique of slip drawing and also how you can create designs through slips. Now you see work by graduating student. The one on the left hand side, she won the Queen Elizabeth Award for her work in ceramics. She's now a student on the MA at the Royal College of Art. On the right hand side you see delicate work made in porcelain. Now we go over to glass. Every student in the first year also experienced how to work with glass. It is only kiln formed glass. We do not have a furnace. On the left hand side you see how different coloured layered glass was slumped into a form. On the right hand side you can see the diamond cutter cutting through a piece of glass. Students who are enjoying their illustrative skills can do this very well in glass, and you can see two really strong examples in this slide of how this has worked well. Students do enjoy working with methods relating to glass, and in this case it was a technique which is called boiling glass on the left hand side. And you can see clearly how the student looked at Angkor Wat's the side and depicted this through glass. Drawing is part of our education within the courses, so you will be learning how to draw, look at objects, and how you can make them into three-dimensional forms from paper. And it's very important to learn observational skills. It's not necessarily that the object needs to be depicted identically, but that someone gets a sense of what the object is. Students also draw themselves, and as part of the university there are classes in the evening which are offered in live drawing for anyone to participate. Students like to look at each other and try to draw, maybe even on the left hand side, through just cutting paper by hand and crinkling it to make a head become alive. On the right hand side, students were looking at coins, which later the designs were used to be made into different types of textile processes. We run live projects. For instance, in the gallery there was a straw workshop. Students participate with an invited artist, and on the right hand side you can see the outcome of the group. It was only a very short afternoon session. We had the chance to work with the museum Piccotts End and did a project revealing and concealing, and students had a private view in the building itself. Teaching informed by research. Of members of staff will have a research profile. In this case you can see myself. I'm looking at medical devices, and my research is based on the user-friendliness of medical devices. We do visits to London on a regular basis to see the Victoria and Albert Museum, the Wellcome Trust and other places. For instance, in this one we went to Collect, which is held in London. It's craft-specific venue, and as I know some gallery owners, they then invite the students to come to their stand, and then they talk to them about what it means to be showing through a gallery, and that personal link between the curator, the owner of a gallery, and the student is very good. We also go and have fun and have a little bit of a meal afterwards as well. We do events and exhibitions basis. In the second year, students produce 10 of a kind, and these objects they produce will be sold at the Christmas market within the university. To get money for the final degree show, students are encouraged to have cake sales to generate some income. And we also always go to New Designers, which is a platform to show the degree work at the end of the year. and you can compare yourself with other graduating students from all over Great Britain. We have fun here. All the years come together and we have a Christmas lunch where we eat and have jokes. Now you can see the legal part. You might want to take your time to read through it. If you have any complaints, you can voice them here. Here are other useful information for students. Thank you very much for listening. This was quite a short presentation, and if there should be some questions arising from this, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm the program leader for the 3 individual craft design courses, and I'm very happy to answer any questions you might have.